how you challenge yourself, where you say, oh, I have these methods, and the moment that I feel I'm getting writer's block or something, I don't think that you have that, but is there something where you say, oh, I have these somewhat practical methods to kickstart the next inspiration?
Yeah, I think you kind of need to avoid that you're staying in a loop, that you're always starting your records, for instance, the same way. I mean, that can really help for inspiration. Like one day start with sort of sampling, the other day start with a synth, tweaking a sound, the other day start from a song point of view, just pick up a guitar or piano and just start to write something and then create electronic music around that. Keep it fresh for yourself, because, or, if you're always working on behind your Ableton or Logic, go to Cabin in the Woods with just a sequencer or, a MPC or something like that, just to, it really kind of, you need to get out of your comfort zone and kept being pushed a little bit. And I think also working with other people really helps me, who have different, who are good at different things, I mean, I've had the pleasure of working with some amazing people, and it's really kind of, especially if they have nothing with dance music, or maybe even hate dance music, it's probably the best collab you can have, just get in the room with somebody and just create, and also be ready to just throw away most of the stuff.
What are some collaboration where you say, wow, that's something I just tried out that you're really proud of, or something that you say, wow, that really shifted my perspective, or it actually pushed me into a certain genre? Did you have that, or was it always a deliberate choice to collaborate with the artists that you do?
Yeah, so I kind of just go into the studio with a lot of people. So for this album, now with the Gorillaz MC and with Dragonette and Jack Garrett, and for instance also Sophie Barker from 07, I did a track with, and so I'm just in studio with all these different people, and they're all so different. Some of them, can just sort of do a one take and that's it, and then or take an hour to whatever. Smoke pot, and then they're just, especially rappers, and they just come, okay, this is it, okay, I'm out of here, and then maybe I can grab and the others are like, syllable for syllable, and you're working for whatever days on one verse or something, but just to get it perfect. And I kind of like the diversity between that, the difference between people who are like went to sort of music, had a proper classical music education, to people who just sort of have the opposites and coming more from sort of street perspective, but just have a vibe, and it can be just as awesome, that really kind of inspires me. But I think it's important. I think people are kind of settling too easily, and I think you just need to create shitloads and throw away like 95%. And I think people don't sometimes do that. They just sort of, because at the end it's just about musical ideas. You can make anything sound great and fat nowadays with whatever plugins and fat filter and all these things, but it's the core idea needs to be good. So I think you just need to produce shitloads of ideas and throw away most, and then once in a while there's something that's worth actually that linear process of finishing, So, and it's also a muscle you can just train, just keep on creating.
So you have thousands of these drafts. So
I have,
when do you decide to say,
it's really bad,
but this
actually.
One is
so
hitting it? Like, how do you decide? What is the criteria here?
Yeah, so now you're really getting into my geek side of things. But I have like a folder of 7,000.
7,000.
And at some point, you also have the naming issue, because at some point I was numbering them, but that's like the worst idea you can have, because
7,000.
So then I went to all the cities I knew, and then all the countries and all the rivers, and now I'm in household utensils. So then for a year I'm already in the kitchen. So then you're like. And you say, and every time make a track, make an idea, whatever, 45 minutes, you save a Logic file and an MP3, that's it. And the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. And at the end of the week, you have whatever, 30, 40 ideas. And, you kind of create a whole bunch. And obviously most don't see daylight. But there's always like one or two that are kind of not crap.
Yeah.
And it also really helps me when I'm in studios with other people, that I can bring, okay, here are, in your kind of vibe, what we're looking for, here are 20 kind of rough ideas just to get going the session. And then afterwards I can always kind of create a whole new track around it. But I think it's just, it's just a tap you need to keep on running and stay productive.
But do you ever go back to track 677 and say, that's the one that works now?
Yeah, I have these kind of recycle folders where like there's the beats are good, but the rest is shit, or there's a good bass line here, and I'll put them in a sort of the good bass line folder. And
is this in your head? Do you have this remembered?
No, it's a foul.
So you just check
situation.
a little bit of the. Oh,
yeah,
I get
and sometimes
it
I kind of go back to a year, so I kind of listen back to whatever 2011, and then you always pick like, that's a weird little breaky thingy there that I can steal now or use now. Yeah.
Hey there, I appreciate you watching the video. If you like this one, check out this video or that video. And if you want to support the channel, make sure to click on top of my head on the logo and subscribe to the channel.